What's up, HELLRAISERS? Welcome back to yet again another movie review. So, as I said in my last video from last week, last Saturday, I said every Saturday I will be dropping a video for you guys, whether it's a top 10 list, top 5, a movie review, or etc. So today's movie, look no further. We're back on the Matrix trilogy. That's right. We at the third film in this franchise. We got one more to go. Then plus I'm gonna give you a ranking along the way. So we are in the Matrix Revolution. This movie tells a story about Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus looking to fight against the machines yet again to save John. Let's review the Matrix Revolution. Just like I said in my second Matrix review, I don't really care for these movies. The same way here. This movie right here, The Matrix Revolution, is a bloated mess. This movie does absolutely nothing for the first or the second movie. This movie feels like a waste of time. You watching this movie and it goes absolutely nowhere, at least not for me. So without any further ado, let's start off with the first pro of this movie. The only pro really that I have for this movie is that this movie does have the same nostalgia that the first two films have. It does have that green, gritty look that I like. It does have the great acting from the first three leads, barely. And it does kind of stick with the traditional Matrix style that we are used to from the first two films. But the problem goes into the cons. Moving on into the cons right now, no more time to wait, is that this movie seems to have forgotten what the first two films was. So in the first two films, we get to follow the main three leads, Trinity, Neo, and Morpheus. In this film, we are following secondary characters that they put into the second film. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, literally, the side characters feels like they were the main focus of the film. You got Trinity and Neo seem to be going off, and they literally disappear throughout the entire runtime of the fucking movie. It feels like a bloated mess in this movie. This movie also has some sequences where it feels like the runtime was stretched so long to the point where it feels like deleted scenes. It feels like they took deleted scenes out of the second movie and put over here just to stretch another 2 hours of my time, wasting my time. I just don't understand why do this even exist? And another con for me would be that the side characters, we're going back to the side characters, is that the side characters are bland. They have no flavor to them. So you have this guy who is obsessed with Neo. It's so cringeworthy. Then you have Morpheus and Nobi or something, Jada Pinkett Smith character. They got some little sexual flirtation stuff going on. It is so horrible to watch. And even if you are invested in that storyline, they stretch it so much to the point where you're like, okay, can we see something different? Honestly, this movie, I'm telling you, this movie does absolutely nothing for me. I don't like this film. I've never liked this film. I watched this film a few minutes ago, and honestly, I would have to say I want to fall asleep. I was going to fall asleep. But I have to pull myself together to get this review out for you guys. But this movie is a bloated mess. And the way they decided to wrap up this thing with the whole biblical side, they had some evil guy in there who's supposed to have been the devil. Then they had Neo, who's supposed to be Jesus Christ or something like that, and you can literally see the claw formed on his chest that he was laying flat out. The Matrix are not supposed to be a biblical style movie. It's not supposed to be that. It's a science fiction movie that focuses around this action and adventure that we're going on. But this movie doesn't feel like an action and adventure. It feels like some bloated, hot mess that goes absolutely nowhere. Another con for me would have to be is that this movie felt forced, just like the second film. It felt like they were trying to force you to like this movie, even though you had no intention in liking this movie. This movie literally is a bloated mess filled with stuff that you don't really care about. And another con that I have to talk about is the dialogue. Oh my God. The dialogue is so bad. It is horrendous. It makes absolutely zero sense to me. Characters would say stuff like, are you going to tell me that I'm going to die? And then the person they talking to would say, I'm not telling you anything. I can see the future. I can see you dying. Why don't you just say that? And just stand there trying to make this some spectacular dialogue that, like I said, this movie right here, I could rank on this shit all day, but I'm not, because then the video would be like hours and hours long. I'm not gonna do that. But like I said, this movie right here is probably by far the worst Matrix film I have ever seen until you hear my review on the fourth film. But like I said, the dialogue suck, the secondary characters suck. Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus is literally like side characters in their own fucking movie that we've been following from the first two films leading up to this one. They feel like sidekick characters. Then you have this horrendous CGI right here in my con. Is that this CGI in this film, it is baffling. It looks so fucking bad to the point where you have these machines fighting each other. It looks like Transformer type shit. And these machines fighting each other. And it looks so bad. It looks so horribly bad. Yes, I understand that this was made in the 2000s, the early 2000s. But when you get up into this time where we have 4K, ultra high definition, and etc., this film does not age very well. Some of the best film aged very well based off the CGI that they use. But The Matrix Revolution, I'm telling you, this movie looks so bad. There's a sequences in this movie where Neo is fighting Agent Smith. And it is some of the most obvious CGI I have ever seen coming off the second film. The second film does the exact same thing. They have this CGI that looks so bad when Neo was fighting all Agent Smith in that playground. In this film, it's literally the exact same fucking thing. It's like the CGI look like fucking video game graphic gone wrong. I'm telling you, this movie is bad. But let me finish telling you about that scene. So you have Neo and Agent Smith fighting each other. The CGI is horrible. And all of a sudden, throughout the entire runtime of the movie, that's really the only fight that you really get. That's the only big fight that you get. They fighting each other and you can see it looks so bad. It's raining. Literally see that they were trying to go big, but they shot themselves in the foot. You can see Neo and Agent Smith fighting in the most cringe-worthy way possible. Throughout the entire runtime of the movie, we were told that Agent Smith is now making more of himself, and you know what I'm saying, he's trying to get out of the Matrix and get into the area where they is at. This movie's bad. It's just bad. This movie right here will never be rewatched by me. It is probably by far the worst of the entire franchise until you hear my review on the fourth film. But like I said, The Matrix Revolution, it is a hot mess. It is worse than the second one, perhaps. I would probably say probably the worst out of the entire franchise. But like I said, this movie's stupid. I would never rewatch it again. I don't find this movie interesting for me to even go back to want to rewatch this film. One of the thoughts about this film that it's bad. I do not enjoy it. I would never rewatch it. The dialogue stupid. Makes no sense. They're trying to go big but shoot themselves in the fucking foot every time they do so. But yeah, this movie gets a massive F from me. So I would have to just say, fuck this movie, and I'm moving on into the fourth film, and then I'm going to do that ranking for you guys. Right after that, we're going back to some other videos that I have requested by some friends and families of mine. So with all that being said, if you are new around here, my name is Kevin Johnson, and I love horror movies, and I love reviewing movies for you guys. So if you can, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell notification. As I say in all my other videos, keep a beautiful smile on your face, stay positive, and I'll see you here in the next video.